There is no such thing as a perfect crime. There is no deception that's waterproof. The fact that it is a deception or the fact that it's a scam already has its inherent weakness. The truth stands on its own. It may take a while before the truth is revealed, but the truth will always manifest because it's the truth, it's reality. If something is not true, but it only appears true, there's a weakness. It appears true. Once you see through the appearance will lose its grip on you. So a scam is only powerful as long as you don't see through it. A scam needs to have a convincing appearance for it to be effective. And that's why the scams of this world are protected with violence. Because when you are afraid of being harmed, you tend to not look beyond what's presented to you. When you are threatened with death, or to be tortured, or to be humiliated, or whatever, if you are threatened to be violated by the group, you tend to just accept what the group wants of you. You're not realizing that you're a hostage. Eventually, you'll even convince yourself that you're free, that you agreed by your own volition with what the group presented to you. But that's not true. That's how society works. You're taken hostage by the group taking advantage of of the mortality of your body and of your inherent weaknesses. And because you don't want harm, because you just want to stay alive and to get along with other people, you tend to accept what they want from you. So you accept the will of society as a fact. When you're older and you realize, hold on a minute, things don't add up, you already invested in the will of society. The will of society has become your will, even if you don't agree with everything that happens in society. So for you to then go against society, you need to drop all your investments, and that's going to be quite painful. So that's the trick of the world, to scare you into not looking any further. Most of the deceptions that people have been harmed by are not even convincing. Look, and this is the one thing that society doesn't want, is for you to look beyond. The moment it becomes your habit to look beyond and to look at the bigger picture, 99% of all the deceptions will fail with you. You'll become a spell breaker and you're not even aware of it. And here's the thing, most of the masses out there don't want to face the fact that they've been lied to. They don't want to face the fact that they've made wrong investments. They don't want to face the fact that they've been tricked. They don't want to even face the fact that they've participated in the violence of society. They just want relief. So when you see through stuff, some people get uncomfortable around you because you've been awakened. And because you are awakened, you treat others differently. You're not even aware that you're treating others differently. But the moment you are awakened, you begin to treat people in a more you begin to treat people in a deeper way. The way you talk, the way you look at people, the way you respond emotionally, it will be more advanced once you awaken. And people will notice that you know something that they don't want to know. So people tend to avoid you, sometimes even gang stalk you and scapegoat you when you know too much. That's how it goes. Just realize that there is no such thing as a perfect crime. Satan always makes errors because Satan operates in error. You cannot operate in error and not make any errors. Satan operates in error. Demons operate in error. So because they all operate in error, they make errors when they're deceiving people. This world system is filled with errors. The only reason this world appears so solid and so true because people don't notice the errors. And why can't people notice the errors? They don't observe, They see, but they don't observe. They look, but they only notice things that they're looking at. They don't observe what's around them. The moment you learn to observe things, you'll see through the errors. And the moment you see through the errors, you'll lose your interest in being part of this world. And then you realize, okay, the only way to get rid of this scam is by following the truth. And who's the truth? Christ. And then there are people who realize that the world is a scam, but they don't want to serve Christ either. So they join the dark side. You have such people also. That's quite dumb because there's no long-term gain with the dark side. So people that join the dark side are really out of their mind. But unfortunately, those exist. But the rest, who is smart, they'll end up surrendering to Christ sooner or later. And the Heavenly Father arranged human history in such a way, He guides human history in such a way that all who are realistic will eventually come to faith anyway. Those that are reprobate, God tolerates them to turn to reprobate so that He can magnify Himself in their destruction. Not because He wanted them to be destroyed, but because they're destroying themselves over and over again, and He's magnifying Himself despite their destruction. That's what's going to happen to them. That's why the reprobate exists. But apart from reprobates, realize there is no such thing as a perfect crime. Satan makes errors all the time. Demons make errors. Human predators and human evildoers make a lot of errors. How do you notice the errors? Look at the bigger picture. Don't just look at what's in front of you. Look around you. Observe. Be at peace.